Ladies and gentlemen and friends of India, it's so great to see so many longtime friends who are here. And I'm going to be repetitious, and I need to apologize right away. And that is that I was born with an appreciation of the people of India. My dad served in the Flying Tigers in World War II. So in 1944, I'm really grateful again to see so many longtime friends. My dad was there at the Taj Mahal. And so when I was growing up, he told me how hardworking the people of India are. So when Indian Americans started buying hotels and motels in South Carolina, I said, hey, I know who you are. And that was my clientele. And you should be really so grateful they now own a majority of hotels and motels in South Carolina. And so I'm just so grateful for the success. And then working with HOA, I'm just grateful. I'm actually a dues paying member. And so it's really from the heart. And then I'm really grateful working with Indian American physicians that are so important in South Carolina. And I was really grateful working with Kausala and Arunima Sinha I did pro bono the legal work for the establishment when I was in the state senate of the Hindu Temple and Cultural Center of South Carolina in Lexington, South Carolina. And so I'm so grateful to see that success. And then in Congress, when I first announced to run for Congress, there was at the state fairgrounds in Columbia, an India Day celebration, Indian Independence Day. And when I got there, I had just announced to be running for Congress, and it didn't take much arm twisting, but I was told that before I joined the Republican caucus, I had to join the India caucus. And I did, okay? And so I was really grateful with Congressman Ed Royce, another friend of India, to be the co-chair of the India caucus. And so it was so meaningful to me to see, and you need to be aware the caucus of Indian Americans is the largest country caucus on Capitol Hill. And then I'm so grateful for the success. And then it didn't take me long, but I was really grateful that a chief of staff I had was Dino Tupera. I'm very grateful for his success, and I was with him, in touch with him today. He's been elected to the state convention in South Carolina, so I'm very proud of him. And then I'm really grateful that Chirag Shah of my office is now the director of HOA. And so over and over again, and Neil Patel from our office, I'm really grateful. I worked with his dad, Ashvin, to buy a motel anyway. I've seen him work at the White House with President Trump, on and on again, to see the success. And then another success that many of you have heard of, Nikki Wandala Haley. And so I'm really grateful that, and hey, y'all need to be aware that so much of this is bipartisan. Congressman Vesey and I have worked together over the years. And then Congressman Ro Khanna, I have such a high regard. We've worked together on behalf of the Indian diaspora and the people of India. And then, and I'm really proud again of Governor Haley. She ran to the State House, and and I appreciate that Congressman Vesey was talking about the percentage of Indian American community. In a district with half of 1% Indian American community, Nikki received the Republican nomination for the State House, and then she was 31 years old and defeated a 31-year incumbent. So there's and then she became the first female governor of South Carolina. It took a long time, by Indian standards, not very long, 340 years. But anyway, but she became the first female governor of South Carolina, second Indian American. I was really grateful to campaign for Bobby Jindal and Supriya in Louisiana. So again, the Indian American community makes such a difference. And then in my service here in Congress, I was really grateful. Who would ever imagine? I got to be center ring at Madison Square Garden with Prime Minister Modi, okay? And I was there with Governor Haley. And then I'm really grateful that I was at the Howdy Modi event in Houston. Gosh, what an extraordinary event that was with President Trump. And I'm very happy to let you know something that I knew that was not publicized. That was with 40,000 Indian Americans there. It was the largest assemblage of millionaires in the history of the world. Everybody I knew there qualified, all right? And so I just assumed the others I didn't know probably qualified. But hey, what an extraordinary success story and how meaningful. And then 4 years ago, I was grateful to be invited to New Delhi for Indian Independence Day, and I had the opportunity to be there with other members of parliaments from around the world as Prime Minister spoke at the Red Fort. And of course, I had to look it up and find out Red Fort was built in 1500. Anytime I read about things in India, I'm thinking they're all several hundred years predating the establishment of the United States. And so what a wonderful history that we can go back and look. But it's so important, again, the relationship between the United States and India in any way that I can work. And it's bipartisan again. Congressman Khanna and I both were expressing hopes for the people of, for the government of India to work as the world's largest democracy to support the people of Ukraine. And as we're in a competition which is really not of our making, and that is a competition between democracies, rule of law, opposed by authoritarians, rule of gun. And so the world's largest democracy is so critical in this dispute, in this conflict that we have. And I'm just grateful to be serving. And hey, another superstar has come here, Congressman Mike Waltz, all the way from the Republic of Florida. And so, hey, I just want to, again, thank you for being here and extend an invitation. Anytime you or family, friends come, 1436 Longworth House Office Building. I have a window overlooking the U.S. Capitol. And all I have to do is say, Joe said come by. And they'll take you to the window and you get a picture with the dome of the Capitol on your shoulder. And then if you look to the right, you'll see a French flag of the Republic of India. And the fun thing, I've had the ambassador come by and tell me, hey, Joe, I don't have a flag this nice in the embassy. I'm talking about gold fringe, okay? So this is a nice flag. So please come by. And hey, and also, I have a little replica of Taj Mahal right there. And so, and another statue of Mahatma Gandhi. I think you might identify that Joe Wilson and Mike Waltz are friends of India. Thank you very much.